up, guys? We're back again. Today we're going to be doing this pretty smoky look. All right, so the first thing, of course, you want to make sure that you moisturize your client's skin before everything, because you don't want to go in with dry skin and try to put a whole lot of makeup on top. Okay, y'all, it's not gonna look right, especially matte makeup. And I don't mean MAC as in M-A-C. I mean matte, M-A-T-T-E. Okay. So the first thing, just like my last video, I want to go in with my spoolie and brush those hairs into place. I always tell y'all my brushing method is up and over. You just want to brush those hairs up in the front. The rest is going over. Now, y'all know I love me some e.l.f. So I'm going to go in with that e.l.f. brow lift. And I'm just going to really lift those hairs and get those brow hairs in place how I want them. So you want to apply a little pressure, okay, whenever you're putting this product on. You don't want to just like slap it on the brow and have it sitting there. Just like with edges, you want to make sure you kind of brush that product through, okay, so it can really lay down. And I'm doing the same thing on the opposite side, just making sure I'm keeping everything nice and presentable, you know, when it comes down to these brows. You also want to make sure that you clean those brows before actually putting on this product. You don't want to just like lay down fuzzy brows. That's not what you want to do. Now, throughout this video, I'm going to tell y'all how bad her edges, how baby hairs piss me off. Because clients, please stop coming in with these adult hairs, okay? I don't want to have to keep working around it, all right? Now, I'm going to be taking my Sacha Buttercup. Y'all know in the last video, I told y'all I hated this product. Well, I don't hate the product exactly. I hate the color of this product. I got the wrong product. But I'm just using it now just to... for the brows, because I'm not gonna waste my money. Okay, so that's the Sacha Buttercup. They do have 3 different colors, but somehow I picked the wrong color, y'all. So don't be as slow as me and pick this yellow ass tone. Excuse my language. Now I'm gonna go in taking my Juvia's palette. I told you I like to use eyeshadow powder whenever I'm going in and filling these brows. I don't really care for the actual eyebrow powder. To me, it looks a little too grayish or have like a gray tint to it, so I don't really like it. So I go in with something a little more pigmented. Now they do have actual brow powders that I saw that does have good pigment, but I just don't want to have to search around for it. So here's my lazy way of just filling in this brow just by using the eyeshadow. And to me, it kind of looked better anyway. So, I mean, I guess to each his own, all right? So, opposite side, of course, I'm going to do the same thing. We're just filling it in and getting this nice and pretty looking. Now, the brow, you want to make sure that the front of the brow, this is what I hate, right? So, after you fill it in, they always have this blocky effect in the front. Brush that out. Of course, now I'm going in with my concealer. I'm taking that e.l.f. concealer, and as you can see, look at that brush. All I'm doing is laying it down, y'all, and it's doing its job. Like, that's all I'm doing is laying it down, like, and just allowing the brush to do its job. Glide it back. Like I tell y'all in my videos, I always try to teach y'all nothing but techniques more than just steps. All right, so make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe once again, so y'all can be able to really catch hold of these videos and what I try to teach y'all in it. Because I am going to be dropping some gems. I think y'all sleeping on me in my little YouTube videos, but don't worry, I'm coming for y'all. Just wait, all right? I'm going to be the first makeup artist to spill all the tea to where everybody get mad. But anyways, back on topic. So you just want to make sure that you really saturate underneath that brow using that concealer. I always like to use a good amount just so I can be able to bring it down on the base of the eyelid. Even though I just drug that down with the product, but like to me, it just kind of already have its own coverage, so I don't really have to put a lot of eyeshadow primers or things like that, or if I use any at all, which I don't, I just take the concealer from the underneath the brow and I just buff it out so it can be a nice smooth canvas. You never want to once again swipe. You just kind of pat everything down so it can be nice and smooth when going in, just like I'm about to do now. I'm just buffing it out, keeping everything nice and smooth. And as you can see, how I hold my brush, I always hold my brush like, you know, I barely hold it, okay? The only thing you really see moving is my wrist motion. And a lot of people get that confused with trying to, like, hold it tightly in your fingers. Don't do that. Just relax your brush. Same thing here. I'm just literally sitting it to the side and allowing my brush to do its job. Now, these freaking baby hairs are in the way, so I know some people will be like, oh, just put tape on it. I'm not doing all that. Just stop bringing these baby hairs down to your lungs. Like, I'm not finna keep playing. Look, I had to lift up her hat or baby hair. And y'all, I'm just talking all this crap. This is my best friend, though. Like, she's really a sweet gal, kind of. But she definitely was like, girl, just lift up the doggone baby hair, I do not care. But because we do always have this debate when she come in. But to my clients, I'm serious, y'all. Stop coming in with these adult hairs. I'm tired of having to work around them, and I'm sure a lot of artists are too. Okay. Now I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna set her lid with the same setting powder that I used on that brow earlier. I'm just setting down that lid so it can be nice and, you know, just not wet. I want it to be nice and matte whenever I'm putting on this powder. Going in with that Juvia's palette again. I'm not sure the name of that color, but, you know, if you get the palette, you see the color, y'all. Now, here's something I want to break down to y'all, right? Because I'm doing a smoky eye, I'm only going to be using 2 transition colors. This is the first transition color. I'm using my largest brush, all right? So keep that in mind. For your largest transition brush, let's just say you're trying to do transitional colors. Always remember your largest brush that you use is the first brush you're going to use, which is going to be for the lightest tone, okay? If you're using a second transition color or, you know, of course, the second or the medium size brush, fluffy brush, I want to say that right, so y'all won't be confused. Or it's basically the crease brush, let me say that, that's going into your crease, and it's going to be basically the medium tone or the tone that's a little darkest from the first one you used, all right? So right now I'm just going to go in, I'm putting down a black base, but it didn't really come out as black as I wanted it, because y'all, that was like a little cheap pot that I found inside my drawer, because the black pot I did have of black pomade, it really dried out, so I had to kind of maneuver with this, y'all. I'm so mad. But I always put down a little black base, blend it out so it can be nice and smooth and not just, of course, sitting on the eye in that one area. I'm just blending it down and, you know, getting it in the area where I really want it. So if you're doing a smoky eye, you got to make sure that you bring that smokiness at least up to the crease, the highest. That's your highest point. You never want to blend it all the way past the first tone. That's another thing where a lot of people have trouble with when doing eyeshadow. As y'all can see, I have had this palette a little too long. I probably should have cleaned that thing before showing y'all. But y'all, I've had that palette for years. Like artists who know, y'all know when they came out. I literally got it when it first came out. And obviously, I don't use the black. That's why it's mainly in there, why everything is all toe up. Because I'm really scared of black, y'all. I actually winged it doing this video, doing a smoky eye. I'm not really the best with a smoky eye, if you ask me. But it came out very pretty, okay? But yeah, I just build up that tone. Please don't just slap a whole bunch of black shadow on and just call it a day. You have to know how to blend it out. And what I'm doing right now, I'm literally just taking it and kind of doing a pat motion and blending it around, doing a, you know, pat, sweep, circular type of motion. I can't even talk today, y'all, but y'all know what I mean, all right? And as you can see, I'm just building that tone up. And that's what you want to do with dark colors. I learned that a long time ago. You don't want to just go in and just put black on your eyes and not build it up, okay? You want to build it up at a time. Now, of course, I'm taking my calamine lotion, just like I told y'all in the last video. I do not promote this. I don't care what you use for a primer, but this is just what I use as a primer. Like I said, not everybody's going to agree with it. But like I said, to each his own. Whatever you want to use is perfectly fine. But I find this very helpful for my girls with color throughout the day. It kind of stops all that oiliness and moisture coming through from that makeup. Now, if you have dry skin, no, I do not recommend you using this, okay? Now, 338, of course, I'm going to go in for her foundation with the Fit Me Maybelline foundation. I really love this foundation, like I told y'all before. Now, but for whatever reason, she swear that she's like a brown skinned girl. And I keep telling her she's kind of in a caramelish, like, well, look at my hand. I'm light skinned. So you know what? She might be right, y'all. But she always want me to go almost like a color up for her just so she can appear bronze. So I kind of tried to do that for her. But normally I probably would have used at least a little 335 or something. Probably a little lower, but this tone actually was perfect for her because I don't know if she got darker throughout her time, but yeah. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just patting it down. Once again, no sweeping motions. You see, I'm just patting that stuff in, getting it all the way down on her neck. I just blend it out. Now I'm going in with that e.l.f. concealer. Like I said, e.l.f. need to go ahead and sponsor me and stop passing up on me. I'm sick of it. But yeah, you always want to make sure that you go 2 shades lighter from your foundation. This was a little lighter only because I probably say a good 3 shades because I did do a dark eye. So I wanted that under eye to really pop. So I kind of went a little lighter with that concealer, and I'm okay with that. I'm pretty fine with that. So here are your highlighted areas under the eye, top of the lip, cupid's bow area, chin, forehead, bridge of the nose. And as you can see, I'm just taking my time blending that down. Now be sure to keep yourself like a little towel or something, a towel next to you, so you can be able to like clean that brush off, because you do not want it to be like caked on with product. And as you can see, you see how small that brush is? It will get caked on and you're gonna feel like you're blending all day. It's not gonna do nothing but make you feel like you gotta blend all the way down on the contouring areas, and you don't want to do that. Okay, so make sure y'all wipe your brush as you go if you're using this type of brush while doing this. So I know some people use sponges, and that's just not my thing. It take off too much product for me. So for the bridge of her nose, normally I keep it at an angle, but I had kind of put too much concealer on her nose, so I had to blend it out how I needed to. Now we're going in with our contour. And as always, I always tell y'all to just pat that stuff on. Do not sweep it or, you know, back and forth motions. Just pat it on so it can just sit on. Now, this is where she get a little excited, because she feel like she's finna be this brown contoured color. And I'm like, no, this is just your contour tone, okay? It just probably looked a little darker because we're next to blonde hair in a light highlight. But yeah, it really wasn't as dark as it's appearing on this video, but yeah. And now I'm going in, I'm going to contour her nose with that smaller brush. I actually explained this brush in one of my, in the video I just previously posted. It's like a little cheap brush that I got from out of the beauty supply store. Y'all gotta stop passing up on these things, because y'all feel like y'all gotta go to Sephora about everything. You don't. You do not have to go to Sephora about everything, okay? Some things be right down the street. Now I'm just taking that powder and I'm literally just setting it. Now, with her skin tone, it was kind of okay, but with mine, it appears very orangey. But with hers, it kind of set down very nicely when I blended it with that Sasha Buttercup. I didn't even have to use the translucent powder to actually go in and blend it out. It really was just, I meant to mix it. It really just kind of set on its own. It's really nice, actually. Now, I don't know if I got to break it down, but like literally before actually even setting down the powder, I always tell y'all to decrease your eye. Like, you don't want to set powder on top of creases, because it will crease under your eye while you're like doing the contour and stuff. So just try to make sure you decrease your eye before setting. Now I'm going in with that Juvia's palette, Juvia's Place blush palette. I really like this palette on her skin. I told y'all in the last video I hated it on mine, but I actually liked it on hers. It wasn't bad. I mean, it kind of gave that Barbie doll pop at the end that we was looking for. So this was perfect. Once again, going in with the All Nighter Urban Decay setting spray. This has become my favorite setting spray, actually. I kind of like this a lot. And as you can see, I drown my girls, okay? Don't forget to drown yourself. All right? Now, I know that might sound crazy as advice, but bitch, drown. All right. Now, I wanted to show y'all an actual eyeliner look on this particular tutorial, but I decided just to do a, you know, raw eye. Like, I didn't do any liner. I just did like a glue base and just went in with the lash, because I just feel like this eye did not need a liner. Like, it's dark enough. I feel like the liner would have defeated any purpose of just putting it on. Like, it was no purpose to me of putting on that liner, but I am going to do it in the next video, I promise. All right, now we're going in, and I'm going to make sure I use my highlighter, but I want to give it a good highlight on this look, because we do got the blonde hair, we got the dark eyes, so I want a good highlight going on. So, of course, you're going at the top of the cheek. You just pat this stuff in once again. Try not to sweep it on. I'm just patting that down on her face so we can get a good glow going on. You couldn't really see it on that side, but I think it's going to show a little better on this side. Now, you always want to make sure you get in all those highlighted areas. So, of course, like I said, top of the cheek, small ball at the tip of the nose, halfway down the bridge, you're not connected, like an exclamation mark. And then, of course, sometimes I do the Cupid's bow area, of course, and then the inner corner of the eye, I just kind of played around with. Some people do not like that. They think that's very childish. To me, I think it always look good. Look how I gave it that nice little finishing pop going on. Now, here's my favorite time of the year, of course, is outlining a good lip. As you can see, I went in with a powder. I always tell y'all, for some reason, the powders always last longer for me. And it's way easier, right? So have you ever did a client and y'all was using a pencil and it just like was skirting across their lips because their lips probably was dry or something like this? Y'all, I've been doing this method for a couple years now, and it's been, matter of fact, I think some years. Yeah. And it's worked for me. Far as doing the lip part, because the lip was the biggest part that felt like I kind of struggled with getting straight lines on their lips. Now, I'm not sure why, but for some reason I accidentally drew one side of her lip a little higher than the other one, so girls, try not to do that. But I did fix it at the end, okay? But y'all do see one side is a little higher. Either she have a stroke mouth, or one of her lips higher, or I just went a little too high, y'all, and I think I went too high. So I'm not gonna blame it on her lips this time. But I did fix it at the end, y'all. It was not noticeable, I swear. So I'm just going in. Of course, I always tell y'all, you're only got to get 2 colors out of me. Like, you got to get nude or red. There's no in-betweens. I don't know why people feel like I'm finna do everything else. It's not going to happen, y'all. Throughout this channel, that's all y'all going to get from me. Is a good nude or a red lip, baby. That's it. Now, unless y'all have ideas of what colors I should try, please drop them below. Okay, I would love to try new colors. I am very open to that. But I am just so used to doing nude or red. It's just literally my thing. Okay, so if y'all have different colors that y'all feel like I should try, or brands, I definitely will purchase it. And we're going to review them in the next video. Now I'm going in, taking my mink lashes. I love these little lashes. I think I got them off Amazon. I'm going to try to list a couple of things. I have an Amazon storefront, so half of this stuff that I use, I'm going to try to list it and update it for my girls to go and buy a few items. You see how easy it is for me to put that lash on her? Y'all, my last video, it was a doozy doing it on myself, but on other people, it's like I can just lay that lash right on. It's so easy. Now, here's my favorite thing. Just taking that lash guard that I showed y'all from the last video. I'm going to also have that on my Amazon storefront so y'all can purchase it. And I'm just making sure there's no fallout, because I am doing black under the eye. You don't want that to fall out on the face, because it's very hard to fix. Now, when you're going in with the smudge brush, you just want to tap it on. And I'm just talking fast, y'all, so I'm kind of stumbling across my words. I'm sorry. But just, pay close attention to what I'm saying, okay? And doing. So as you can see, I'm just patting it on. Now, this kind of helps with the criers. Now, some of my girls cry so bad, all right? So this kind of helps out. I haven't had that person really cry as bad in a couple of years. And if they do cry, it's just literally because they probably just have sensitive eyes on their own. But I mean, like, when I used to use that pencil, it used to make everybody cry. Like, everybody was crying. It was like they were so sensitive. This kind of helps out. She has very squeamish, whatever the word is. She has eyes that are, like, sensitive too, but this kind of helps her. Like, she never cries. Okay. Ooh, okay. All right, sassy. All right. That's my girl. She looks good. Okay. So now I'm just going in with a little bronzer, just to, of course, give us that nice bronzy look, because she's a chocolate goddess, let her tell it. And then I'm finishing it off with some good mascara and some bottom lashes, because, yeah, I think that's what this look needs. I was going to put, like, diamonds and stuff, but I wanted to keep it nice and sexy, okay? I wanted to keep it grown, honey. And I think that's what we did. We accomplished our look for this look. Now, this is what I want y'all to do. Once again, at the bottom of this video, please leave y'all comments on what y'all think products are good, so I can do a review of them on the next video. So I'm going to do a product review. Just send in a couple of things where y'all think I should probably review, and we're going to do it, okay? I'm going to do it on myself or on a model. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I am going to make sure I upload it. Here's our finishing look. My girl looked like Dolly Parton, okay? Period. I don't know, she's like a little baby prostitute, and I loved it. That's all I wanted for my best friend. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll make sure I see y'all next time, all right? Thank you.